So this after I traced out of the flowers, now we have start to coloring it, and I really want you guys to know that watercolor is no white. So you start with very light color because we're not going to use a lighter color cover the darker color. So basically it's darker, always the darker color covers the lighter color. So now let's think about it. If light is from the top, right? So those probably where the lights hit, right? And that's the shadow part. That's the lighter part. So we're going to do the first wash. I'm going to use a more bigger brush. I'm going to just put water on top. And this tissue paper, very important. That's what you're going to, if you make a mistake, just do like this. Then before it dry, then they're going to be all gone, okay? Just wash it, the flower, then when we put a pen on, they're going to spread nicely. And also watercolor, when they dry, the color going to get lighter. So that means if you want a color you like, you go 1 or 2 tone of darker, okay? Because they're going to be very light if you not get it darker. So now I'm going to use red, more like warmish red. Let's see. Right now I don't have the same palette as you. You have a different brand. I have like more colors, but I suggest you mom buy this brand, which I have it too. So just lightly cover the first layer. This is going to be your lightest red. Just thinking about that. Okay, I think it's too light, so I'm going to darker a little bit, because like I said, when they dry, they're going to be lighter. So that's the first layer. Okay, if you want to be more detailed, you can. If you paint it outside what the line is okay. Okay, you already have a pen shape, so even you make it out, you can still see the shape. That's the good part of this. So now I'm going to get some little bit darker color, because I know those parts are darker. But don't paint too evenly. So I get some parts darker than other parts, right? Then that part should be darker too. Oh, I didn't bring my water spray. I'm going to add some even darker red in here. If you don't have a darker red, you can add your purple in the red and it'll get darker. Okay, purple plus your red, and it'll be a little bit darker red, like this. More red. This is more orange red. should be darker. Should be darker. Feel like the paper is not wet enough. You can, if it's not wet, you have the spray, you can spray on it. Okay, that's our first flower. I'm going to get the bottom a little bit more darker because this is supposed to be the darkest part. That's the most part in the shadow, okay? But I don't want to paint too flat. I'm going to get some reflection on the bottom, see? To a little bit lighter here. And kind of a shadow parts. Okay, let's wait it dry a little bit, maybe go back a little bit later, but I can't tell the color yet. I just leave it like that. That's how we do the flower. And okay, the second one, this one, same thing. Light wash. The first layer, the water, it's all like soaked. It doesn't feel like have any water in there anymore. It's all dry. So you just put it like that. Very loosely. This will be good. See, just like that. That's done. See, that's good about watercolor. Sometimes can be very fast. I'll go back and fix a little bit later. Then this one. Uh-oh, too dark. That's what you too dark, you get water and get more water and just, dump on here, then dilute it. First layer. Then we're going to add some darker spot there. And see if it's a mistake. See, gone, right? So that's good about watercolor. It's really easy to fix. But remember, light first, dark second. Get inside a little bit darker than the outside. I use the warmlish red, like orange-ish red. That one I didn't use very orange, but after I paint, I kind of like the orange better. It's too light. So now I'm using more orange red. Okay, more. Can't paint to just one color, right? Okay, this one. This one probably, that part is in the shadow and those parts is light. More like that. So that's in the shadow parts. I'm going to give it a core shadow later here. Adding shadows, see? So make it more three-dimensional. Is that like too light, that part? I'm going to add some color in there. Yeah, it's better. It's too light. I don't really like this flower. I'm going to fix a little bit. Make this part lighter. I think because I used that bluish red in the first time. Like this orange red better. Okay. Just going to add more detail. The shadow is the detail. Okay, now I'm wait this dry. Now I get make the green. Green, be careful, okay? Cause I do not want you guys to make it too fat. So if you have pointed brush, use pointed brush. Try to find the red green. This probably use too green. This yellowish green. This green first for the lighter part. Okay. I'm using this side, but if it's too hard for you, just get a pointed brush, okay? That's the first layer, that's the lighter green. Lighter green is more warm, yellowish green. Got that red part. Fix that later. Okay. Let's go back to this forgot part. This is a very red one. This is all the colors there. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put some yellow in the center of this. Yeah, yellow. I'm going to work on the detail on there later, but not now. Now I'm going to get the darker part of the green. Let's see where's the darker part. I try to figure out the color. It's too dark. That's too okay. I think I find the blue, green. Sorry. So it is green, but it's too bright. I think I might need it to add. See, it's too bright. I'll to make some with other color. I don't know what color you have, but after I get my palette, I'll figure out exactly which color you're going to use. So that'll be good. You don't need to mix color. Or if you want mixed color, I can teach you like what mix what, then you can't get the right color. And see, if you dry your brush like this, then you can pick up paints. Like, see, picked up. I'm just trying to get not just one color, more color, so it looks more like three-dimensional. Add a shadow in here. See, I didn't color everything, kind of break up. Okay, now work on the center. This part, I have a two ways to do it. I think, actually, before that, I want to make more detail on the flower. More shadows, it means. I'm going to make it darker color. A darker color. Red. Plus oops, too dark. Purple. And then looking for my purple. I think that's purple. See if it's darker. Red, purple. Yeah, that's darker. Okay. Dry my brush a little bit. Pick up some detail. That's the color I mix the purple with my red. Mix that color. It's a little bit darker than. If you think it's too dark, just dry your brush and pick up the color a little bit. Okay, that's how you erase watercolor, or use you know, tissue paper to do it. Don't want to make it everywhere it looks like that. Some parts. Okay, some part. And maybe that part. If you don't know how where to put those things, you don't need to do this step, okay? Because you might did it too dark and then can't fix it. Okay, now I'm talking about this. See, is it too light? No, you can go back to draw it more. Use your pen, or you can use your brush, which is very easy to get very dirty. You can use this with your black. Just do that. Either way will work. And if you don't not very good with a brush, make those details, just use your pen and draw over again. And if you want to make the inside more bright, you can add more yellow or a little brown. Break up the yellow a little bit. Okay, I'm going to keep making this a little bit darker. You can use I'm using a 02. You can use a 04, 05. So it's the pen is darker. Yeah, try to make it this part darker. But wait till brush is pen is dry. Okay, now this is optional. You can design your background if you have time. Well, what I do is, I'm not sure what I do for the background. Yeah, sorry. And maybe I just put some like green brush on there, like green color, like brush stroke. Not sure it looks. Okay, it's a little bit dark because I want it very light. Yeah, like that. Just randomly, maybe kind of like background color, or you can, let me see if I add some yellow, even better. Yeah, more yellowish, like some. Gone. Wish I have a bigger brush, but that's what that's all we have. Is this. That's the biggest brush we have. So on top is more yellow. Need to be more light. Uh-oh, brush is gone, but it's okay. Can play with it. Just be careful, don't get, mushed too in there then. Or you can make a rainbow. You can put some pink down there if you want. Let's see if it'll get a little very, very light pink. See, add some pink. Very light pink. Uh-oh. Water rescue. Yeah, pink is good. Looks like have more puppies. Too much pink. Rescue. Then a bit more yellow on there. Yep, that's what I want my background. Pink. Tiny bit pink. Yeah. Brush is it's falling apart. It's not a very good brush. More blue on the bottom. A little bit bluish color on the bottom. Blue, pink, yellow. Yeah, kind of like that. Blue is kind of a darker color. Shady color, actually. It's in the shade. Okay, that's our first picture. I hope you guys enjoy it. Getting more papers out. And if you want to design the edge, you can do that too.